don't know if
maybe
we've
she
seen too
just
many of
gets
those
banned
lately.
all too often.
Yeah, no,
that's
she's
why.
really
Okay.
just banned.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
That frequently. Magnus and Fora following up the Fade ban. So looking at this lock pool, you see the Ophelia Keeper battle between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Last time we saw Ophelia drafted, but not able to make great use of her due to the fact that they played pretty aggressively, warded her jungle, and then avoided the ganks in middle. So curious to see whether or not they'll favor a quick draft. They wouldn't want to give one team Ophelia plus Keeper of the Forest. It's just a very, very devastating teamfight combination, even if it means you're going to have to pass up Rally.
Yeah.
Magnus, I was going to say, would be a pretty big ban here. We've seen the devastation that a Rally and a Magnus on the same team can put out together. Not only just Rally Magnus, Rally Ophelia, Rally Master Arms, Rally plus a lot of things,
anyone.
but on those aggressive lineups, especially that VDT was running a lot during the tourney, they really favored picking up that Rally Magnus line stun synergy, and worked out very well for them.
Yeah, that's
especially going against Ophelia.
Safe statement, yeah. Yeah, that lock, but you're all right, though. I mean, and when you look at it, too, Mindland kind of put themselves in those shoes. Not that it's a really bad thing, but...
Well, yeah, they're going to give the enemy team... Well, the thing is, there's Lodestone, who is a big... In the old patch, it would have been like, okay, we're looking at this, and either way, they're going to get Keeper Ophelia, or they're going to get Rally Ophelia, or they're going to get, Rally Keeper, which, honestly, Rally Keeper isn't the worst thing, so...
It's pretty good.
No, I'm saying they all basically have amazing options no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, both teams are going to get
Lodestone, Engineer in the pool. Engineer, that's more of a ban on Engineer, I'd say, with the starts of the lock pool like that.
Yeah.
Unless the team chooses to say, hey, screw it to the jungler, and one team picks up. If one team picked up Keeper of the Forest, the other team's like, screw it, we don't want to run jungle, and they just pass over Ophelia. That'd be the only way we could potentially see that Engineer drafted.
We see the Sandwraith.
Now, see, that actually makes it interesting because Engineer, if you're able to get levels on him, is a really, really damn good support against the Sandwraith.
Ultimate, yeah.
The ultimate provides quite a bit of protection for your team, and
true,
makes it more difficult for Sandwraith to do his thing. So will they choose to still grab this Engineer, and how will they adapt for it?
Yeah, Sandwraith definitely a hero that's really exploded onto the scene. Lately,
he has. Like, I mean, we didn't see much of him even leading up. In the tie scene, we did.
Yeah.
Leading up until DreamHack, though, we didn't see much else besides that. It was honestly then all of a sudden banned out, picked against Moon Queen, comes back in Epic Game, banned out in the grand final. A lot of Sandwraith presence all of a sudden. And
yep.
He's a hero that we've been talking about lately, even before then. So it's pretty damn good, especially when you play it aggressively and go for more of that early Energizer and use that Zerd and Dagger. And well, sure enough,
yeah, he
did prove his worth.
I mean, he has some history, to say the least, when it comes to competitive Han scene.
Yeah, this Sandwraith is a little bit different than the Sandwraith.
It's definitely different,
days.
yes.
And, it's honestly a much more enjoyable Sandwraith to take in.
That's what I was getting at, where his history, it was, oh my god, we see Sandwraith again.
History was just filthy.
Now
honestly,
it's good. Now it's good.
Yeah, there was nothing to be proud about being a Sandwraith picker in the past. The passive farming with your... what is it even? I didn't even want to dissipate.
You just farm the helm and the Mach Brilliance, and then
the dissipate, and then you just tank it up, and then we get Mach and try to win. No.
Not anymore, damn it. Ooh. All right. 007 going a little different there. Speaking of that, though, I mean, Mindland with the Plague Rider final.
Remember what I said about Lodestone? Actually, I think they changed it once again.
With the
initially
armor?
Rally, yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Okay. See, this sets it up, though.
The Keeper Ophelia.
Are they giving them Keeper Ophelia?
They don't have the most amount of damage still. It is a lot of team fight. Keeper Ophelia Rhapsody would be some pretty insane push.
Yeah, can you
Rhapsody,
pass that up, man?
Pretty good against the Plague Rider, too.
Yeah. Okay, they're gonna value the Lodestone.
And I like it quite a bit because, well, they had to pick a suicide option there, but I feel like this Lodestone gives them a little bit more aggression to their team. Keeper of the Forest is pretty damn powerful, so it's always surprising to see him pass up, especially an extra mobilize against Rally. Never hurts, and along with the pushing synergy. Keeper of the Forest completely passed up here.
Can't say I saw that one coming.
Well, for the Legion side, I did. Rechag is a pretty good pickup there, and wanting another carry-ish option, I suppose. So as the game scales, but yeah, Keeper of the Forest. Total neglect. He's pretty lonely over there.
So I take it they're going to run more of a old school, but Plague Rider Suicide, or they're probably going to pseudo tri lane actually. What are they going to do? Yeah, they're going to pseudo tri lane.
Well, they're not running it. Well, they're running the Parasite, which, well, it's a pseudo tri lane. They have the option to run an aggressive lane if they
That's
want
what I was thinking.
due to the Parasite.
Yeah.
Versus an Ophelia, they can attempt to. Still, Ophelia can box out a Parasite. It's probably in Parasite's best interest to actually not go into the enemy woods here. We'll have to see how they set it up. I mean, they don't have the biggest amount of early game presence because of the fact that they have a Plague Rider probably going to go deny early on. But yeah, I'd imagine Shams is going to be more in this game with the Ophelia more of a suicide plague. And there's a couple problems I have with Plague Rider in this team. A, they're going against an Ophelia, which Ophelia, the minions, and the global heal, topping not only off the minions but also the heroes and the heals, it pretty much negates the effects of Plague Rider's ultimate, but also the fact that when you're going against a Plague Rider, Ophelia is one of the best junglers you can have. Any of those pushing junglers, really, because naturally he denies the lane back to himself when you're coming out for a push, as long as Ophelia levels up quickly. Yeah, can make some quick use of it. Also, if Plague Rider is not safe and if they don't ward, whenever I see a Plague Rider suicide, another thing I like to see is making sure you get a ward up on that side of the map to protect, especially around the 6-minute mark, to protect your suicide lane so that he can see if they're coming, because otherwise he's very easy to gank at the tower. You go in through the river, through the secret shop, and come right on behind him. Clean, easy pick off onto Plague.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, we're going to get some information here. So, with the pause, it's a little hard to tell, but, you know, depending on what items certain heroes building. I mean, you see Ophelia, she actually goes the boots first herself, so almost...
because of the Parasite.
Exactly. I'm basically saying that there's a good chance Parasite could be on my ass this game, especially early on, so I want to make sure I have that good movement speed as a result of that, so we'll see again.
Well, see, I wouldn't say I feel like he's not going to, because once again, with the passive nature of an earlier game, Plague Rider, and even the fact that, once again, well played. I mean, she went it just in case, though. I mean, not going it would make her vulnerable, potentially, to some Parasite harass, so it is better for her to pick it up as a safety net and pick up the items otherwise.
Yeah, not the biggest steal in the world for an Ophelia compared to other junglers, you could say, as far as not getting the regen or whatnot early on. But
speaking of early regen, look at this lodestone right now.
What has he got? Oh, wow. Yeah.
He's a portable fountain.
He really is. Also, speaking of right next to him, Rhapsody, the DJ Rhapsody. Hero we very rarely get to see, and also a skin we very rarely get to see. So I know people are excited to see that.
Highly coveted, but yeah, in competitive play.
Yeah. Not good to see it too often.
Question: are they expecting aggressive play, and were they going to send the lodestone potentially not in the suicide lane because of it? With that shield and lots of regions to pick up experience? I mean,
well, they're probably going to get some information here.
Well, yeah, no, when you look at Bubbles' build, that's not something that's suited at all for the suicide lane. So they are still going to send him down bot.
Okay, you look at Parasite, it looks like he is definitely just going to be going his own jungle, but look what's happening up here. Oh, my land needs to be careful, not to go too far. Oh, the trap coming out.
He hasn't leveled up his spells yet.
Plague Rider in some trouble right here. He's going to be chased back. He's basically saying, I'm dead, chase me down right here. Rowley's still insisting on going after him. He has to compel, but...
he's a space, and he knows he's not going to die for a space. He's just like, you know, in case I can do anything, I'll stick around, because I'm not going to get punished for doing this. So, early pickoff onto the mid. At least I assumed it was going to be this Bubbles mid lane. Looking at more of the Sandray taking the safe lane carry farm, and Bubbles being a solo in mid that's very, very, very difficult to shut down.
Yeah.
Even if you can shut down more of his farm, but you can never stop his presence, so to speak. He's always going to be able to soak up experience and nuke out waves, go for the runes. Pretty safe option.
We also noticed what happened. Shams did get the ward of sight down as he was dying, basically, so he did block out the camp still. And then they also put a rev ward here at this camp near the runes, so at least blocking up Ophelia a little bit. Now, Rhapsody does have a rev herself. And, you know, you assume, okay, yeah, she's going to place it right here, and they should be able to go. Can she not get to it right there? That's unfortunate. So we'll still block for now, but we'll probably need the courier eventually to come over and help her counter ward that. So kind of unfortunate right there, and you see Shams placing the other ward aside. So what's done is done again with the bloodless kill in favor of 007. Getting that bloodless kill was sure enough Diglett on that Bubbles. Mentioned he is playing that middle lane right here against your Rally Master of Arms setup. bottom lane matchup that does leave us with Wretched Hag versus Lodestone here in the meantime. Cake's going up against Alucard. Here, as you see, the Haunt already applied off the bat.
Be a ton of Haunt harass, and all with that shit ton of regen should be able to burn through. But actually, look at Alucard, man. He actually has 2 mana potions, so a little bit unusual to see in this kind of a matchup. Knowing he's going against melee, and I was saying the one thing Lodestone might be able to do is outlast him with all this regen, make sure his mana gets low, and then make something happen. But at this point, hey, with those mana potions.
You see the Ring of Teacher just finished right there.
And the Ring of the Teacher. Really making a point that he wants to drill it to this Lodestone.
Yeah, he definitely is. So even more of a better reason why Lodestone got all that regen, because clearly Wretched Hag was planning to play it very aggressively right off the bat. So we'll continue to keep an eye on Cakes playing the Lodestone, getting that matchup down there. You got your middle lane. Rally should have a good time, and so far it seems like he is. Already 10-5. First rune going to spawn here at 2 minutes. Bubbles headed towards the bottom. It's going to be the Refreshment rune. The top rune being double damage is going to be picked up by Rhapsody, however. And she'll go back to the lane to perhaps use that to continue harassing Plague Rider. He's kind of just chilling off to the side. Obviously not much he can really do, as Rookie is just going to have a great free farm himself here in the meantime.
Yeah, they don't have the pull, but they have the lane control. Sandray picking up a lot of nice uncontested early farm here. Keeping the wave away from the tower. Doesn't want to be a Sandray trying to last hit at the tower right now. Not only to not push the wave, but also just the highest damage right now, especially with the hatchet being down. It can be hard for him to last hit at the tower early on.
So more aggressive earlier on play is definitely going to be a name of the game here, I'm sure, for Mindland here on the Legion team. Take advantage of Rally's early start, as well as Wretched Hag, what seemingly should be a good start for Alucard. As well as Parasite, of course. Oh, bottom lane. Wretched Hag going to be gone on here. She will blink, but Lodestone making a point that he's going to man up himself every now and then.
Yeah, still a pretty healthy amount of regen, too.
There's the 1 health potion left on himself. Actually, right there. Ooh, he cancels. I don't know if actually that was worn out by them, but doing some damage with the head smash. Oh, Bubbles in the meantime. He's going to be able to shell surf away, but clearly Rally and Master of Arms applying a lot of pressure to him, of course. He does have his bottle, however, and he's going to use those charges to help him out a little bit. So good for now.
This Plague Rider is still unable to get lane control. They're just making a point. They do not want to let this Plague Rider hit level 2. Ophelia leveling up pretty effectively. They do have a ward in the top river right now, and they'll protect him for at least a few more minutes. But I talked about the Ophelia presence, potentially ganking the Plague Rider at the tower. And or just coming out of the woods, hitting level 5 or 6, and double pushing his lane.
See Master of Arms protecting the top rune. He has the bottle on him. It is going to be a refresher rune, so again, bottom of it, it's going to be picked up by Parasite. Or he may just even protect it. No, he's just going to take it himself. It happens to be Illusions down there.
God, now he has a bottle, too.
Who's that?
The Lodestone. So it's really all of the harass that Wretched Hag has been attempting to put out.
Yep.
Buys him room to farm, but not able to force this Lodestone back.
Look at this. Parasite sending in the Illusions, going to scare Lodestone a little bit, but Lodestone will realize fairly quickly that it just is that. And speaking of Parasite, I mean, no gank attempts yet by any means, but it seems like he's farming along fairly nicely here in the jungle, of course, as Ophelia trying her best, but only 200 gold per minute currently, so not as strong of a start, of course. Top lane, oh, they're diving right here. Plague Rider's in some trouble. Samurai diving big time, and that's going to be an easy kill. We talked about it with the Ophelia possibility coming in, but don't even need Ophelia
she mentioned, too, Plague Rider being kept at low level right now, not even being allowed to get boots. Didn't even have the upgraded boots for Sandwraith. We talked about it yesterday, not as much in this game here today, but how Sandwraith, surprisingly, look at his Sandwraith, and he's a hero that historically people consider to be just really weak in the early game. Not really the case, especially with the deserted buff, but that's kind of the perception of him. Besides that, like in the early laning phase, besides that, actually one of the best at killing solo suicide heroes due to the chase potential and how long that Desert's Curse lasts. Yeah, gives you vision the entire time, too.
So a bit of it right there. Of course, diving the tower big time and ultimately easily getting the kill on a Plague Rider. So even a better start now for Rookie playing this Sandwraith. 356 gold per minute currently. Off to a beautiful start. But again, you look at that GPM chart and the other Three heroes following Sandwraith, all on the side of Mind Land over here, starting with Rallies, who's having a good start. Wretched Hag also doing her thing. And then going back to Parasite, 250 gold per minute, continuing to be around that mark. You got to wonder when he's going to start getting involved here, however.
So we used to see Rookie playing a lot more of that suicide, and we used to see Diglett playing the carry. And once again here, Rookie playing that center. I'm wondering if this is more of a role shift within the team, too.
True.
Or if they're just really interchangeable within it.
Happens to be circumstances, but yeah.
Yeah, we saw the life tube picked up. Making a point, he's going to go for that early helm. A little bit of bonus damage coming out from his Gloves of the Swift, especially combined with that deserted, but wants to tank up early. We'll see whether, I think he's going to upgrade his boots before finishing the helm. I think the life tube's more to sustain Plague Rider harass and just to heal up to full.
Speaking of Plague Rider, again, still level 3. They have double stacked the Ancients. He's going to go back over here, and he's probably going to either triple stack them, or actually he's kind of going with a flank right here. He doesn't have any wards on him, so he's just really looking to set up a gank almost on Bubbles. He has a level 2 contagion, but actually, yeah, he's going to be in trouble. Sandwraith porting in right here. The Desert's Curse apply, but nice compel coming out from Rally in the meantime, and it will ultimately save Plague Rider. Wow. Ophelia was also chasing, but didn't have any Skeleton King, so.
Rally is balanced, but so is Lodestone. He's coming in. He has his ultimate activated.
Shatterstorm is up. It's going to be a big explosion right here. Master of Arms gets caught, but there's a face that's going to be his Lodestone. It's very vulnerable. Gets the head smash off. Will get that kill, but costs him his life right there. Bubbles in the meantime. He'll shell surf away before much else. So, in the end, it was pretty, but yeah, not worth it.
Not only giving Wretched Hag free farm. If he's able to land double stunners in there, sure, but they had all rotated, not only giving Wretched Hag the free farm, also trading a level 7 life for a level 4 Master of Arms.
Very, very close right there.
He's not even sitting on boots yet, so.
Yeah.
Momentum definitely shifting a little bit there.
Well, again, it's kind of this Samurai that's still definitely on top, but like I was saying earlier, I mean, Moravius here on this rally, he's been definitely doing a great job as far as his middle lane presence. You see right there, he's actually picked up the Refreshment Rune and going to head back middle right now. He currently has Ghost Marchers purchased. And going to start bulking up, I'm sure. So the activity also expected to pick up more and more as this game progresses on here for the Legion side specifically. I'm still waiting also for Parasite. Again, obviously he was involved there in that fight, but dove the tower pretty heavily.
The rally compelled just completely screwed over Sandwraith's plans as he jumped to that Plague Rider for the counter game.
Oh, and you see right here, the Seismic Slam, it does connect. He got the follow-up stun from Master of Farms, making any chance of a takeover basically nothing. And Diglett falls right there, so great combination coming out between Rally and Master of Arms. And now they're going to apply some pressure to the tower here. Rhapsody only level 4, really can't do much here in the meantime, so. Oh, and that's a big kill. Rookie goes down. I was watching the middle lane. Sure enough, Wretched Hag and Plague Rider come together. Back to the middle lane. Rhapsody will fall. These teams are toying with me. Back-to-back kills,
just tons of pickoffs back and forth. They get a little bit distracted as their teammates fall, and just vulnerabilities all over the place. Not expecting that Plague Rider. I mean, honestly, he must have felt so safe up there in the top lane. Not expecting a Plague Rider that doesn't even have ulti yet to pose any threat, even with a teammate of his. But Wretched Hag coming on in and applying that burst, using his Bat Blast, the Sonar Scream plus Haunt combination.
You know, Hag's going to pick up some farm at the top lane. He's going to start falling back now, probably go back to base and regen, but this is buying a little bit of time here for Cakes on the Lodestone to at least recover somewhat himself. Back to the middle lane. Jeez. I'm not going to leave this middle lane from now on. Plague Rider actually picks the kill there on Diglett.
They don't even have Plague Rider's ultimate yet, and they're managed to be so aggressive here on the early game. I mean, it's all thanks to the rally. Just an incredible amount of defensive and offensive capability in just one amazing package. Sandwraith, I like the Steam Boots build, but I only like it usually when I see it combined with an Energizer.
Yeah.
Here he's going Helm.
Okay.
They have a rally on the other side. He's going Helm. I mean, I don't know if that means he's not going to pick up an Energizer in the end or if he'll pick it up afterwards. But yeah, just straight up Helm plus Steam Boots. I like the passive. I like what it does, but I just don't like the lack of aggression, I guess, coming out. Part of when we've seen Sandwraith surge back to the top again, people have been using either that Ghost Marchers Energizer or Steam Boots Energizer built a lot, and it's been pretty damn effective. Of course, this probably should still work.
Well, you know, yeah, again, I am kind of wondering if maybe it does have to do with the circumstances of how the game's been going. Both.
He was building for this from the start, though. He had the when he was doing well, he went to Gloves of Haste plus Boots, and then got the Life Tube. into the C boost and then tried to do the gank. So.
Ooh, nice takeover right there from Bubbles. And actually going to go for a turnaround kill right here on a rally. Kelfield comes out. He does have Master of Oz nearby. Defensive Master Call comes out. The locks a nice blast shot right there. It takes away the minions, at least one Vulture Lord. So I guess not the biggest in the end, but still it helps Rally get away. Now Rhapsody, Ophelia, and Bubbles, though. They're going to start some pushing. However, they don't have their ultimates really up. And again, Rhapsody even still level 4. So not the biggest threat right here to push, honestly. I don't know if they're going to continue with this, actually. They do have Lowstone coming over, so that definitely helps. And actually, he's level 8. If they can get an angle right here on a rally, he needs to be careful. Oh, there's a Skeleton King net. Lowstone going in. The Shatter Storm is going to be applied as the jump in, the follow-up stuns. A Saga of the Sea, and yes, it will be enough for the kill. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, though, Wretched Hag does get the bottom tower, or it looks like Parasite does. But anyways, somebody chat disconnects and everything.
Yeah, I got those two, actually.
The tower kill. Yeah, I guess they're restarting the chat server. But big kill in the middle lane, and they get the tower kill in the end. It's actually a very good sequence right there for 007.
Yeah, Saturday has that helm. Now picked up Vestments, too, so now is a bit more of that tanky mess to deal with. Gonna find Plague Rider out on the side there, but 3 heroes in total. Master Arms, Wretched Hag. Wretched Hag hiding in the trees there, just doesn't want to be a part of that.
Gonna beat something up, perhaps, but not able to do so in the end. Rally, or Parasite, excuse me, actually. Runs into Lodestone at the rune right there and picks it up just before he can bottle it. The top rune, though, happened to be an Invis rune, and Bubbles actually picks that up, and he's going to look to set up a gank at the top side in the meantime. Plague Rider. Oh, Plague Rider, you're going to be in some trouble. He does have a Kelfield ready to go. There's a Desert Skirk. Kelfield not coming out just yet. Finally going to be coming out, and the follow-up to get the Plague Good is used, but minimal damage from that.
Yeah, minimal damage, and now the cooldown being sapped, so a little bit unfortunate. They still have the Sandwraith ulti up, Lodestone ulti up in 20. Kelfield was used, so buys a little bit of time into the cooldown. Just a little bit of a period of vulnerability coming out for the Legion side. Shouldn't matter as they're pushing the tower here anyway. And they have the early map presence they need, so.
Rally or Hag do not have TP, so they can't go top yet. Okay, they're not going to really heavily push it, so not the biggest deal in the world. Bottom push, though, Lodestone and Rhapsody are going to join forces to try to make some pressure up and down here. See Ophelia continuing to get her minion. She has a double Minotaur and Skeleton King army. That's a pretty damn good army. Of course, Lodestone going the Ghost Marchers. He's actually going to port to the top lane. They're trying to set up a kill. Not going to find it, though, so will fall back in the end. Rhapsody has that level 3 Disco Inferno, by the way. Leveling that up first.
Lightbrand. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. But once we used to see that a lot when it gave 100% heal, and you used to see the Keeper of the Forest Rhapsody pushes all day. Now, Lightbrand picked up by Wretched Hag, so go for the Grimoire carry route.
Okay. So we do see a port coming in here to the bottom lane in the meantime, coming out from Parasite. As actually no action going to be happening, though, as a result of that. Obviously, both Rhapsody and Ophelia fall back before they get caught out right there. So we're going to fall back and going to continue to farm. So I got a little distracted right there. But anyways, Bubbles trying to pick up his farm in the middle lane. Oh, what's going on top here, actually? Sandwraith running into some more pressure. We got Plague Rider putting the Contagion nuke out, but Sandwraith not going to panic too much. Just going to use the Desert's Curse real quickly and go through the trees. So again, he also does have the ultimate, obviously, to help him escape if need be. But again, not really too vulnerable right there, and it's fine in the end. We do see the top tower heavily pressured here. Wretched Hag, Rally. Ooh, bottom lane action in the meantime. They do get the one kill on Ophelia, but at one cost right here. Shadowstorm going to go off. Parasite Man falling. Yes, he is. Master of Arms doing what he can, but now he's in trouble. Mass Port's coming in, though. Big Bat Blast going to be coming out. Rhapsody ultimate going to be used, though. A good duration. Finally stopped by the Compel, however. The Plague bouncing around. Lowstone trying to go back in. He will get that kill, and Master of Arms will fall shortly after. Song of the Sea, Kelfield combination for Bubbles. Trying to pick up another kill right here. The minions are in, doing as much as they can, but not going to be enough, and they will be cleaned up. So a big back-and-forth battle there at the bottom lane.
Damn, that was an intense fight. I mean, really just, you can tell total confidence in their, I guess, counter-initiate on the Legion side. You saw Wretched Hag coming in, perfect Bat Blast coming out. Managed to get the nukes off on everyone before the Rhapsody got her protective melody down. And on top of that, you know, Shams with the Plague Rider, the Plague Goo just came up and bouncing around, just did so much work.
Yeah.
Bubbles came in, just not able to secure anything in the end.
Yeah, just a little bit too late, so good TP support. Now it did stall them from pushing that top tower in the end, but obviously very worth it to port into the bottom lane like they did. So also Parasite.
There's the Energizer.
Did he go it? Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Because these fights are happening right now, and he already sees the game slowly slipping away. Before that fight, I was like, okay, it's about a 1,400 difference. Not a big deal. Going up against Sandwraith, they're actually in a pretty damn good spot right now if he's going for sword. After that fight happens, 3,000 disparity, they're going to want to win these smaller engages.
Yeah.
So he even has a late game to look forward to. If you're trying to build for the late game and you just keep getting crushed in the meanwhile, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't work too well.
They've made a point they're playing really aggressive here on Legion, just trying to keep him shut down.
Yeah, speaking of that, Wild Hunter taken over by Parasite, and he did show off his Codex already. So we got the kill on a Parasite, and actually he's going to pick up another kill right here. Rhapsody, you don't stand a chance, good man. There's the auto attack, the face slug, the leech, and the Codex. Rhapsody, I love you, man, but again, you're dealing with a Parasite.
Yeah, it was a Wild Hunter, man. Happens.
It does happen.
Still rotating to the top.
Oh, look at that.
Richard Hag's ultimate's down. Playrider's ultimate's down. They're just trying to hold it. They're just trying to hold it for a little bit here. We got 20 seconds only, though. Richard Hag's ultimate now up. So they're ready to fight, especially if they're the ones going to be aggressive.
Yeah, they are.
Taking a look, Sandwraith's ultimate is up, and in terms of who else needs to rotate, Lodestone, no TP, so he'd have to come in a little bit delayed. Not one being delivered to him either, so that I think they're actually going to succeed in this push.
Yeah, especially without Lodestone. I mean, you're not looking to fight. And then actually, the Legion team trying to play the aggressive. Codex team going to bat.
Oh, it
hit! The take cover not lasting long enough, and Bubbles falls. And now they're going to push this tower in very, very heavily. So again, the aggressive nature play coming out from the Legion team just continues. And it pays off again. A tower kill on top. And this lead is expanding quite a bit right here. Yeah, the Bat Blast lingered around just long enough.
Right, just the AoE of it as it passed through him. It was a nice attempt to take covering it, for sure.
Okay,
seal it in the end.
Did mitigate, but not enough. So he falls, the tower goes down, and again, you look at the lead now, 5,500 gold lead, 4,800 experience lead. Look at this, though, Lodestone. Oh, does he find an opportunity right here? He's not going to rocket shield just yet. There's a rocket shield right on top of Ral. They get exposed them, but in the meantime, support not going to be dealing time. He dropped damn quickly right there, especially with that minus armor. Master of Arms report out right in front of them, however, and the rest should be able to get away, but a damn nice pick at the same time, coming out from 007, so at least a little bit of response there. But now we got
they need to keep going for every time Sandwraith's ulti's up. They need to keep going for those little picks, because every time they're able to get those little picks, if they're not in good formation when Sandwraith's ultimate is up, it just buys him more and more time for that late game approach. Parasite leveling up the Codex, though. He's going to be sure to keep on him.
Yeah. So obviously keeping the, or he had the Ghost Marchers. Actually, I don't even know if he split that out first. I think he just kept the Ghost Marchers and built the Codex. But anyways, he has Ghost Marchers now on top of the
curious to see if he's going to go for a Nullifier or for the Geometers. I normally would say Geometers 100%. One interesting thing he could do with a Nullifier is, say he's going on a target, Master Arm's Protective Charm, not Protective Charm, but whatever, the Master's Call comes out to defend them, the red Master's Call, purge it right off, and consider it like a Codex almost or something, a bonus nuke on top of anti-chase, anti-kite.
Yeah, something tells me it is going to be a firebrand.
Yeah, it does scale.
But you're right. I mean, Nullifier really would have a good purpose here. It definitely would. On top of just the great damage output it helps provide.
Geometers being additional illusions, debuff especially. I mean, you can debuff yourself with the Nullifier, but then you're not getting the offensive capabilities of it. When you're looking at stuff like Richard Hag and the Haunt being applied. Yeah, I'd more expect it to be Geometers.
Wretched Hag, I don't know if she finished it, but she is definitely working towards a Shrunken Head. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if she did happen to finish it. She is farming 445 gold per minute right here.
I know, it is going to be a Nullifier.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I think, like both of you and I agree, it definitely
could have a purpose. Typically you see the Geometer, they have a lot of AoE and stuff to deal with it. Of course, they have the Plague Bounces, which might absorb some of it. In terms of scaling into the late game, that Geometers does wonders for Sandwraith, but Nullifier definitely not weak.
Top lane.
If he ultied right now, he would get a kill onto this Plague Rider, but I don't think he has that vision.
Oh, he gets stunned in the meantime by Rally. He's trying to run away right here, so yeah, he doesn't have that vision and just more so worried about getting alive, staying alive even. And going for a kill.
It doesn't have a tablet, only 870 health. If he walks by this Ward of Sight here in the river, top river, this is his moment.
So regen right there. He's going to walk right by, run right into Bubbles. No follow-up, though. See Shell Surf right there, but Wretched Act going to pick up the regen. Actually, Bubbles ports in. What's going to happen here? Song of the Sea going to be used.
He's trying to bait it out so Sandwraith gets a good angle.
Kelpfield even used.
He misses the
Bat
Plague
Blast.
Rider.
It does connect. There's a Sandwraith ultimate coming in right there. The DJ Rhapsody ultimate off to the side as well. It will protect him for now with a protective melody. However, the Legion team is falling back. Both teams playing pretty scared right here. The Plague was bouncing around, but not doing the most damage in the end. And the regen was activated by Wretched Hag, so she's back to full life.
No doubts, but that was actually a really fun back and forth poke. The Sandwraith ultimate coming out, absorbing some of the bounces, the protective melody coming out, protecting your teammates, and then realizing the Sandwraith realizing, okay, I can't go aggressive. They're still in pretty good positioning here. Lodestone laid down his rocket drill, and just each team just keeping up that solid posturing. And no kills, but still an exciting exchange.
Yeah, definitely was. Rally 1850 gold saved up, so he's definitely pulling up quite a bit. Oh, the Grimoire was finished, by the way. 100 Wretched Hag. So, yeah, I knew she bought something, but...
That's when you get Grimoire, you pretty much are getting yourself a free shrunken head, too, just because of how fast you farm. I'm kind of saying it's only a few minutes extra, and all of a sudden you're seeing yourself sit on it.
Yeah. They're going to all make their way to the bottom lane right here. We're going to group up and push, it looks like. We'll see if... Oh, once that puts up a defense, I mean, the ultis are definitely still on cooldown, including Sandwraith. Mirage is still down for 25 seconds, so we're probably not going to see defense put up here.
I mean, they're definitely lingering. They're not. They're acting as if they do.
Yeah.
If you look at it,
They
and
are.
Hellfire Blade is picked up.
The bubbles
Spam
even.
being put out, but they're not committing.
Yeah.
So
Scaring
bit
them
of
a little
confusion. You say to yourself, it probably would have been a bad idea, but they were positioning themselves right there as if they wanted to. So maybe trying to pick them off here as they back up.
Mirage is up now, but nope, Wretched Hag is going to blink away and follow up unsuccessful. So free tower kill coming out there for Mineland. And continuing a good game so far here in the game number 2, of course. They're up 1-0. Is the Legion team. Portal Key just picked up by Rally, by the way. So he now has the better jump chance here. And ooh, a Wild Hunter Parasite going to the Ancients. He's going to get a kill somewhere. He's looking around.
Rhapsody.
Okay, yeah, here's a follow the map. There's a quick kill on the Bubbles. The ultimate from Sandwraith coming out. Is he going to eventually port in is a question. It looks like he does not port in. He's still sitting in the background. The team is chasing. They're trying to go for somebody. Rally's off to the side. He's kind of just chilling up there. Master of Arms will be bursted down. Sandwraith was helping to chase him. And it ends up being a 1-for-1, actually, between the two teams right there. Bubbles for Master. Rally's still hanging out. He does have a double damager. Going to be immobilized by the Skeleton King. Oh, Moravis might have been hanging around a little bit too long. He needs to be careful right here. And actually, he does not have another compel. He's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, no.
Rally is going to
Rider.
fall. Plague Rider also getting caught in the meantime. There is a Wretched Hag nearby, but again, they're kind of defeating themselves right here. Probably best to run. Plague Rider will also fall. And now we have Wretched Hag. She is just going to blink away, and that'll be that. So, hanging around a little bit too long. Clearly the case.
Just trying to stick together. I'm not sure. It's like they didn't have a decisive call made as to whether or not they wanted to get in or out, and they found with an excellent rocket drill in the end. Excellent follow through. 007 doing what it takes to come back into this game. More time bought.
Yeah.
The gap closing.
Hey, I mean, you got Sandwraith now. He's another 1,500 plus gold saved up, so we'll see if he goes to level 2 Nullfire or something else. At this rate, probably going to be a next tier of item, but we'll see. But also at the same point, there is the Wretched Hag here on my land side, 470 gold per minute. And she is now finishing up that Shrunken Head. And as I say that, she does need to be careful here. Oh, there's the Immobilized coming out. She cannot blink away in time to lock down. The Defensive Master's Call going to be used, but it's not going to matter. Wretched Hag gets bursted down. Big catch there from the Hellborn team.
Yep, finding those pickoffs, and Sandwraith, as you mentioned before, probably not going to upgrade the Nullfire Blade right now. Eventually, sure. But, yeah, upgrading from here on out. Doesn't look like he wants to go the mock build at all this game. I have no problem with that. Geometer is still a very viable option. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Sandwraith ultimate is coming out.
Oh, he does port in. They get the kill in the Rhapsody in the meantime, but now Sandwraith is chasing. However, he needs to be careful himself. He is going to be locked down by the stun right there from Master of Arms. Raleigh, the demoralizing roar. Samus kind of going in and out. Back on a big stun right there from Low. The Shadow Storm is... Oh, it is going to go off. Plague-On is going to be the one taking the damage. In the meantime, Master of Arms on the run. However, he is going to be hero blocked here. And Queen of Trash on Master of Arms going to fall to his death. So, again, another case of the Legion team thinking they have a chance. And they jump in, but before you know it, being turned on.
I feel like it's more of a case of that they feel like they need to be aggressive right now to not allow Sandwraith to hit that late game phase. Just maybe not trusting in Wretched Hag to be able to stand up late game against farm Sandwraith, which is no problem with that. But now he's at 2,800 extra gold. Things have been going bad for the past couple fights, and picking up another tier of item.
Definitely
Maybe
losing
too far off
bit.
clinching the game here for 007. It seems weird to say that when it's kind of even. But that's what Sandwraith is capable of.
Oh yeah, level 16, pushing this tower easily. A free tower kill for them. So you see our Legion side, of course, going to try to counter push in the middle lane. Actually, maybe we'll do this, although Bubbles is porting into the back tower. Base one, that is. He is ready to go in with the Kelfoot up in 1 second. There you go. Will they get another big catch right here? He shows us away, actually. Okay, he's just going for the 9. Actually successful. Well played by Diggler right there. Coming out playing that Bubbles and thwarting the efforts to an extent. The mid-tower push. So Sandwraith, he's still saving up. Jeez.
Yeah, take out the enemy farm. Will he actually go for his
Shrunken at this point?
Shrunken would be very, very sound item. Like honestly, it'd be. He has an all-fire blade. He has like the lockdown essentially between him and Bubbles. With a bubble, we talked about it before. We saw it in the grand finals. The Bubbles ultimate on top of the Shrunken Head Sandwraith. Kill anyone he wants.
Yeah.
Except for Wretched Hag. She has Shrunken Head.
It is being delivered, I believe. Oh, no, it's going to the bottom lane first. Okay, that is her. Okay. So, yeah, there you go, the Shrunken Head. Officially finished on Wretched Hag now. So, has that to work with. But, yeah, no doubt this has definitely been slipping out of the hands of Mindland here. And despite them still having a team goal lead, it is that Sandwraith effect that you were just referring to that always got to be scared of. And again, 3,800 gold, so he is very close now to the Shrunken Head. A couple creep kills here. And he now does have the gold for it, so we'll see if that's what he right-clicks or goes for something else instead, perhaps. I mean, buyback, it seems kind of silly to see.
He's not saving for buyback. No way.
He's going to continue to farm for now, at least. Conquer situation, of course, he is up, and no Conquer kills yet this game. 20.5 minutes in.
They win one more fight, could be definitely seeing it. They do have the Ophelia Rhapsody. Gives them all the protection they need as they're taking out Kongor. Otherwise, yeah, just waiting for the next major pickup on Sandwraith and then having them try to go for something. That Grimoire Power Shrunken Head. Curious to see how they're going to work around it. Shaman's Headdress is picked up by Ophelia.
Yeah. What I wonder where Parasite's at with that Codex, because I have a feeling it's level 3. And I am a little critical about that.
Higher. He was leveling it up from early on. I'm not sure how.
No, he's actually here. Oh, actually, he needs to be careful. He's going to be stunned up by Lozo. Sandwraith going to ultimate as well. The Defensive Master Call comes out, and it's going to be perched right off. That's what we're talking about. Bat Blast, though, coming off to the side. The DJ Rhapsody ultimate, though, going out. She will eventually be killed. The only kill so far is on Rhapsody, but the Legion team in retreat mode. Nice rock control there. Master of Arms, he will eventually fall, but at what cost? Rare Seismic Salmon does connect to Sandwraith, actually. He's going to have to go over the edge. Lostro trying to get away, not going to happen, though. Kelfoot going to be his up. Wretched Hag being locked down, blink in 2 seconds. 1 second, cannot get it off in time. The auto attack's too powerful for Sandwraith, but it does cost him his life in the end. And now Bubbles being chased. There's the Genocide hat trick coming out right there for Parasite. Speaking of him, that was the guy that got jumped in the beginning, and he ends the fight with a hat trick, and here we go with the push now.
Yeah, amazing, amazing turnaround. Plague Rider ulti looked like it was doing work. I was kind of wanting to bounce back towards the load zone. Didn't really see it that way, so they had to overextend a bit. Wretched Hag falling in the end because he had to sort of follow up and drop the rally. But can we go take a look back, actually, at that?
Well, let's
I guess they're on the push, and they buy back on Sandwraith, so they probably let it. I'm not going to
play out at least first, but yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it. right after this. But, okay, they are porting back, and it looks like that's going to be that. First off, I do want to comment. Remember, okay, yeah, Samurai has 4,600 gold.
Right.
If he goes to Shrunken Head Shield when he resurrects, I'm going to be completely baffled because
if he had it for that
really
fight,
it would have.
Yeah, exactly.
He could have really used it. Anyways, let's take a look back now at that fight. Speaking of it,
see what could have been the difference maker for We Are Spies in that fight.
So this is when it gets purged off, basically. But then you see the bat blast off to the side.
Yeah, actually, okay. Yeah, just parasites on out of there with the nuke. Right there, Rhapsody gets dropped.
And blink away, and then the chase happens here.
Yeah, the pursuit. Pretty low on the Legion side. Shrunken Head used by Wretched Hag. Catching Master, and it'll be a quick burst. What happens here? The Plague Rider ulti comes out.
Oh, they're clustered big time.
Sandroid's actually just kept low, though. He's been on the run for most of that, just from the initial AoE, so in that he tries to come back in to make something happen here. Wants to kill him and get on out, but everyone's sitting up there pretty much has no chance. It was kind of running into his death. Want to try to help out his team a bit, but at a grave cost.
The big cluster right there on this hill leading to the Legion Ancients that really screwed the Hellborn team there, especially with that Plague as you talked about. And definitely an advantage for the Legion side. So, yeah, well played.
Level 5.
Yeah, you know, here I am. I was just about to criticize it.
And he's going to have a portal key, too.
I was just about to criticize it a little bit, but obviously at this point now it's definitely going to start paying off for him. But, I mean,
yeah, it was level 4 going into that fight. It was level 4 going into that fight, and he put out a ton of that burst onto Sandwraith, who in the end was dropped pretty handily. Actually, he did go for the Frostburn, has 1,100 gold on top of it.
Yeah, I was thinking something more of the crowd control, more of the the Hellflower, even the Sheepstick, perhaps a better option for him. But through the level 5 Codex working out pretty damn well. Rhapsody getting completely cut out by herself. Yet again, Moravis finds him.
I don't know how I feel about this Frostburn.
Who's that? Oh yeah, okay.
For Sandwraith.
Sandwraith does go the Frostburn.
I can like it sometimes if you're not going for the Nullfire with both of them. If he eventually splits it into Geometer's Frostwolf, yeah, I can see it. If he's sort of keeping it or going Dawnbringer this game,
well,
I feel like he's still pretty susceptible to their burst.
Yeah, and exactly. You see what he's sacrificing, something like a Shrunken Head that he could have begun.
Going into that fight, where if he had it, the Parasite in the first place wouldn't have been able to, do that combo.
Or even straight Geometer's Bane. I mean, that still gives him some good defensive mechanisms.
So. I mean, I do like it sometimes as an earlier build-up item for him and splitting it into something like a Frostwolf plus Geometers. Just gonna have to see where he goes from the hero. He'll have excellent chase capabilities.
Big push there at the top lane. That's the last Editor? Yes, it is.
No investments on Sandwraith, and mentioned that Codex level 5, though.
Wow.
So he got the Frostburn at the cost of no investments, right.
That actually is a pretty big deal. You're right. No investments, no Shrunken Head. Really playing aggressive here, which, again, it's fine, but you are going up against a level.
Sometimes it's interesting to say aggressive, though, because you only play as aggressive as your health allows you to, and your positioning will allow you to. And will he be focused down and be forced to spend most of the fight running, or will he be able to find that angle with an excellent use during the timing of the Mirage and picking off scattered targets?
Soul's Bulwark now and Rally in the meantime. You got Wretched Hag working on a Sheepstick, most likely, with that Blessed Ore pickup. You see Storm Spear probably in the works for Plague Rider, either that or a Tablet. He's already got the Astrolabe on top of that. Things are coming together pretty nicely here for the Legion side. Now look at what 007 is trying to do here. Ninja Kongor attempt. There is no vision from the Legion side. They somehow know something's up, though. Obviously, they figure they're missing. Where can they be?
Right.
Coming over, and they're going to spot this.
If they want leader, yeah, they've got to have a pretty damn big clue now. I would actually send it in there and actually see the health. They don't have Rally, though, so that's actually not a fight they can take. Looking Rally's putting in late. They're going to lose this token out.
Oh, and they're also going to commit to a fight. So Wretched Hag blinks it, does not get the token, though. Saren picked it up. The Bat Blast going to be used in the background. Rally finally going to join the party, but he's just so freaking late. Wretched Hag blinks away. Here comes Rally, going to jump on the low stone, the compel, the seismic time. Oh, I get staccato stun at the last second. The only test so far is Plague Rider, by the way.
For Wretched Hag.
Oh, that's big, actually. Yeah, going to help her out a little bit. Stick around maybe a little bit longer, or actually needs to once again worry about staying alive. So the only death was still the Plague Rider. That could have been a lot worse, honestly. It definitely seems like, so.
Lucky regen rune pound. She could have just backed out anyway. Actually, I think she had it in her bottle. I didn't see going to that. Or did she?
I don't know.
Did she even have a bottle, or did she sell it?
No.
Was it just hanging out there in the bottom river and she blinked to it? I saw she had it on her. I saw her blink away at first and was focusing on the fight. Yeah, so it was just sitting there in the bottom river.
It was, okay.
Pretty sure. Just sitting there in the bottom river, and she blinked onto it afterwards, and after getting dropped down really low, sort of committed to try to stop them from taking that Kong. Well, now that you know what? Now that he actually has Dawnbringer and a token, kind of a different story.
A little different, yeah.
He is going to be an
the
absolute
token,
monster.
obviously.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have vestments anymore, and managed to secure it. And at this point,
yeah, I mean, the timing, well played by 007. They snuck into Kongor, and they did it fast enough. And it almost, at the same time, it was almost a disaster for Mine Land. I mean, it's one of those cases where if you're not going to go in, then just don't even be nearby in the end. But they were in that kind of medium of, well, we wanted to try to steal it, but we're not really. Half of our team's going to go in, and they nearly got caught out completely. So the fact that they only lost Play Grotto, that's got to be actually a pretty good feeling in the end. But still, now you do have a token of life. Sand Wraith that, of course, you're going to have to deal with here. On top of the immense farm that he continues to get 470 gold per minute, but actually, Wretched not going to catch him right here. Offensive Master Call comes out, the Sheep Stick, but that's not nearly enough. And actually, Ultimate used by Sand Wraith. He's chasing Master of Arms right here. Kelfield comes out, and it will set up a kill for him. Basically using that to help him get away, and, well, it ends up in a kill in the end. So that's the power of Sand Wraith, man.
yeah, and Wolf's token still, they can play as aggressive as they want right now, especially with the, once they have the token, the Dawnbringer up. From here on out, any following pickup he wants is going to be perfect. It's not really sure they're going to stop this, man. They still have a gold advantage, but
yeah. Master of Arms is up in 13 seconds, so they should have
sort of kite him around while killing his team.
Big jump and a Wretched going to truck it ahead, though. Counter on a Bubbles gets absolutely bursted right off the bat. Lowstone jumps in as well. He's going to go on, and the Compel hits Sandstorm, actually. This could be a big play. He's bouncing around in the background. Of course, Creeps are absorbing a lot of the damage, but now Sand Wraith going in for the auto attacks against Rally. He will pick up the kill, it looks like. The Leech comes out, though, and now the chase on a Sand Wraith. Again, the Desert's Curse going to go uphill. No, it wears off. Okay, no, he is going to go up. And now the chase again continuing. Will they be able to chase him down? No, they're not. It goes past the tower. They're not good. They went the wrong direction initially. And it looks like Sand Wraith is ultimately going to make his escape right here.
It was a pretty awkward initiate there.
Yeah.
The blink in his out, he had Shrunken Head anyway. He didn't care.
He doesn't have a TP.
Caught out position. He doesn't have a TP, but I mean, he's got token. He should be fine. They don't really have.
They have the
courier.
courier. The courier's going to
spot him. Oh no!
Courier's going to spot him. This is big. Sand Wraith is in a lot of trouble right here.
Oh.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. There's that jump. He cannot get the Desert Curse off in time. He does have the token, but will. Okay, there's the Desert Curse. There's the Compel, though. And now we will not have that. He's 100% dead. There's no way he's getting out of this. No way. Okay, he still has the effect. I didn't know that, actually. I had no clue that you still have the effect when you come back up. And there is the Mirage, and actually, can he make the escape right? Oh, it goes up here! Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God. TK Hero, rookie. Well played, well played.
Okay, first off, did you know that?
That when he revived,
Desert's
the
Curse
Curse
remains?
would remain. I did not.
I
expect
had
that
no
to happen.
clue. That's ridiculous.
Right, and he was definitely fast enough from that point on to get out. So,
wow. Okay. Well, I mean, they got the token killed, so there is still a big positive there. But
he needs to be killing the supporting cast of this Legion side pretty much ASAP in these fights, bringing out that Plague Rider as well as the Master of Arms. There's easy pickoffs, and they can focus fire a bit better from there. And if he's able to pick him off at the start of the fight, maybe picks up something like a Shrunken Head, is able to pick him off, it'll allow his team to have that greater presence and maybe have the 5v3 there. Make it easier to deal with this Wretched Hag, who's Shrunken Head down to 7 seconds now.
Oh, bottom lane. He doesn't have his Mirage up just yet. Lodestone, or Parasite going to Lodestone, missing the rocket drill. He's pretty vulnerable here. Is it vulnerable enough? That was a question. They're still chasing. Again, Samurai still not porting in. The Sheep's going to be his outside on Bubbles. Wretched taking the Lodestone Shadow Storm. Not going to matter though. Bad Plus use and Bubbles will fall. Lodestone going for the TP now. Going to be compelled. And he too will go down. So the no Mirage on Sandwraith. That whole fight, it just came up. Big deal right there.
They needed to just not fight that.
Yeah.
Maybe take a sacrifice and just not fight that. They need Sandwraith. They absolutely need Sandwraith. And then you Mirages down, they began to not see him. They're like, we don't care. Sure, and give us your racks. No buyback on 2 heroes. Will Sandwraith be able to hold it off?
There you go. There's the split up. I don't know if he's ported just yet. I don't believe he has. He's still in the background. He doesn't have a double damage room, by the way. So a lot of damage going to be coming out of here. Wretched, that good and wet right here. Ophelia's going to be locked out there. It's a GG Rhapsody. Ultimate coming out. Face not going to be used on her, though. Still alive. Codex on Ophelia. And Ophelia will fall. Serath being locked down now. This is a big chance here for the Legion team. Trying to get a kill, but the rally gets turned out completely. Serath put out more damage. Going for Wretched. Wretched will fall. Rookie's a freaking boss right here. Double tap already coming out. And the chase will continue. There's a Storm Spirit going to go for the TP. Staccato stuns maybe. Yes, Staccato stuns in time. And Plague Hunter fall. Hat trick coming out. Parasite now. He's on the run.
Might not be over.
Gonna
yeah,
be fine.
No, they're not going to find the para.
Wow. Sand Wraith is powerful.
Holy crap. I mean, they had the opportunity to get out. They did have the opportunity to get out and just not deal with that Sand Wraith. They felt confident they'd be able to make it happen. Didn't have enough burst to bring him down. And from there on out, they went for the team a little bit, went a little bit far. He was able to clean up pretty damn well. The biggest thing was that the kill onto the Wretched Hag.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened with her positioning. I think she must have
blinked
in.
And then, she was going for killing Rhapsody, I think, maybe, and then that clearly was a bad decision.
So punish them for that fight. Now he's sitting at 5,600, 5,700 gold. What awaits from here? Options, there's Behemoth's Heart, there's a Wing Bow. He's not going the Mock build. He still has the Geometer split, but honestly, as the Dawnbringer, probably not going to go for that, the illusions at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, more of that Behemoth's Heart, Wing Bow.
6,000 gold and counting. Speaking of all the money being saved out the buyback situation, the only buyback so far has been by Moravis playing that rally. So other than that, we're good to go as far as buybacks are concerned. Ooh, look at that purchase. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Parasite had a lot of gold pulled up. He just straight up right-clicked a Sheepstick right there. He initially went Puzzle Box, but he did change it up to a Sheepstick. Ice Brand purchased by Wretched Hag, so she's going to go for that Frost of Skull, it looks like. Now, and then on top of that, I believe I saw something else, but actually blanked on what it was. Oh, Storm Spirit on Plague is there for a little bit, though. Anyways, a couple of big pickups there on the Legion team, no doubt. But you still got Sand Wraith pulling up all that gold. The supporting cast, nothing still too crazy. They're getting great items, but we are 42.5 minutes in now, so it's understandable that they have so much.
You mentioned the truck and head before, but it's getting to a point where he can just maybe just get a major pickup here and not even worry about it.
Yeah.
Still would be a phenomenal pickup, don't get me wrong. Wouldn't mind seeing it at all. And he could have had it for the last fight and crushed without it. So would have buyback available if he was to pick it up here.
You like the Ice Brand and eventually Frostful Skull choice for Wretched Hag here?
Trying to go the carry route and trying to maybe deal with a mobile melee carry, I can understand. I like that she has a Sheepstick, especially with everything else. I've never been the biggest fan of Frostwolf on Wretched Hag. It is a good item. It's just I used to love when I used to see the Truck and Head and then the Hellflower Sheepstick a lot too. Already has that, but yeah, because of the Grimoire power, because of just the nature of her build, it will work. Upgrades the Nullfire Blade and actually goes for the Behemoth's Heart.
Yep, 3,100 life. So
yeah, they're looking to kill the team and then maybe kite out the Sand Wraith at that point. He is super tanky at this point, so given that, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, he's bulked up very nicely here.
Straight up damage might not give her what she needs anymore.
Hag still pushing out the top lane here. And now, obviously, they were at a point here of both teams pretty content on the kind of farming one another as far as the jungle. But actually, the Legion team is going to be a little bit aggressive here. You've seen a very aggressive Ward of Sight going down. And Wretched Hag going to go all the way to the base. Conqueror is not up just yet. He's got to be coming up shortly here, I would think. Didn't catch the exact time, but...
Dawnbringer kind of acting like a mock for Sand Wraith.
Yeah.
I think these guys, when he's attacking someone, does get those, the charges stacked up and actually does more damage.
Yeah.
At least the dot part of it. Of course, it's different with the Sand Wraith, the AoE of it, the way it works with your ultimate, stopping portal keys. There's a lot that a mock offers you, but
effective, yeah. But yeah, for the farming potential for him specifically, it's definitely there.
And his ulti stops portal keys anyways. It takes a sec for them to hit it, but his illusions are so fast and attack so fast right now, it doesn't matter. So in terms of stopping any sort of rally initiation, it will do the job.
Again, Conqueror not up just yet, but we'll see. Keep an eye out for when he is. Apparently 007 needs just a second right here. Do we have that last fight at the Hellborn base where Wretched Hag got picked off at the end? We're wondering about
Sand
that.
Wraith holds it off,
See if we can maybe get back to that real quick. He's going to look for that real quick, and while we are on this pause, maybe just take a quick look back at that. So that team fight. So again, it was a case of Mind Land just hanging in there, thinking that they could have made the push, but Sandwraith really showing his power. And almost got baited out a little bit.
Sandwraith supporting cast and
yeah, yep. All right, so here we go. This is the brunt of that fight right there. You see Ophelia, she eventually gets picked off here at Codex, and then so here it's like, okay, yeah, lock down Sandwraith a little bit, sure. Okay, he's falling back. Probably not gonna. There's the blink. There's the blink.
Just completely to his tap. They noticeable. Yeah, he commits that. That is entirely what went wrong right there.
Yeah, she got really tunnel vision on Rhapsody clearly in the background, and not the best of choices. So. Yeah, that right there. I mean, that fight really is
still
a good tone.
Look at their lead now, golden experience, and they're sitting at 9.5k gold from 1.7 experience. And pretty much everyone else on the Hellborn team, of course, Bubbles is great with minimal farm. Rhapsody's fine with minimal farm. They're all do their roles is fine with minimal farm, but they are kind of all in on Sandwraith. And they have a couple sheep sticks. They have a storm spirit to help deal with it. They have rallies compel, a fair amount of burst. I mean, they have ways to try to overcome this obstacle. Problem is, Sandwraith already that tanky. Imagine that with buyback and coming back into the fight too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why even, especially the Conqueror 2 is even that much more important. You do not want him getting that token of life. Not even necessarily that you really need it yourself. It's just not letting him get it would just be devastating. So.
Still has a couple more item slots from which to grow.
Well, yeah, I was actually wondering, I mean, what would you think? Obviously, Steven has one more that he can go before, but selling the Energizer at this point, or would you want to see him keep it?
Well, I don't want to see him sell it yet because he's just saving for buyback right now.
Obviously, that's as far as
if he's going for picking something up, then sure, yeah, he sells it at that point.
Because, I mean, it does provide a good amount of effect still for his team, for himself. And
it does, but in the end, I mean, compare that to the carry potential of having that slotted out with another big pickup, and you really just can't. It's way too powerful. And he's hard enough to kill already. This tanky, imagine a wing bow on top of him. And how ridiculous he would be. More damage pickup.
I'm looking across right now while we are still in this
Shrunken
pause.
Head still, they do have a lot of disable.
Yeah.
But Shrunken Head, see what Behemoth's Heart would be just not. I mean, if he was going to do it, he should have got a damage item plus Shrunken. I would say since he went Behemoth's Heart, you should just go for more of the, once again, like a wing bow, something like that will give him raw damage and survivability at the same time.
We'll see if Mind Land actually gives them that opportunity here, whether or not they choose to make an aggression. Okay, Conqueror is up, by the way. Must have just resurrected after the pause. Demonic Breastplate just finished by Rally. A big pickup there, of course. And Regitech is by something. I don't know if she's actually got a full Frost of Skull by any means. I don't think she does. Okay, there's no Demonic on the courier, so that's going to be delivered. But, still has a little bit ways to go, I believe, before she gets that Frost of Skull. But again, Conqueror being up as far as Vision is concerned. Oh, DJ Rhapsody once again being found here, and once again just absolute food for Parasite and the quick counter ward on top of that. So that's a pretty big deal because it does open up a Conqueror attempt possibly if they really want to do it. But it looks like instead they're going to push out the middle lane at least for now and may just instead go for the base. Okay, there's the Frost of Skull. So he did actually purchase components of it, it looks like. He just needs it to be delivered now. And the courier still isn't back at base, actually. It's a pretty big deal. Oh, Sandwraith. What's Sandwraith doing, actually?
Yes.
Oh, he's farming!
I don't know. His dagger's down.
Oh, he's going to go for the
port coming out. He has a sheep, but going to be in the woods. Not going to be scouted. Well played. Well played.
That was close. That was close. Oh, look at this, actually. Sandwraith porting in right here with the illusions, or is he actually? He's also just the illusions. No port just yet. He is still in the background. Nobody dying yet. Regitech not with his team right now, though. This is a big chance here for the Hellborn team. Lowstone chasing the background. Blast shot going to be used, though, pushing him off. And nothing really coming out of it other than a couple ultimates being used by the Hellborn side. So that's actually a pretty big deal, too.
Well, it's not that bad, but still, they're already outside the base. It is a pretty big deal. It does have buyback, so still, conquering the base in a situation like this, pretty damn difficult.
Oh, Sheepstick, are they going to follow this up? Sandwraith's going to take the Storm Spirit there, so they're going to be fine, obviously. Not a big deal.
Master's Call also used up and wasted. That'll be capitalized on. Still, they're pressuring the Brax. Gonna
Oh, Bat Blast coming out in the background low, so they'll jump into the shadows for a massive bomb. He's going to fall. The Plague is going to start bouncing up, but look at DJ Rhapsody. She's going to use her Protective Melody and easily keep them alive. Master of Arms did survive through all of that, by the way, and he will port out before too much else. Look at the defensive play. Actually, Sandwraith overstepping his boundaries a little bit, trying to be ported back. The heal. No, it's not in time. Sandwraith goes down. He does have a buyback. Will he use it? Yes, he uses it immediately. Still no Mirage. Wretched Egg be locked out. Staccatos, the nuke, and yes, Wretched Egg will also get bursted down. So the Legion team, they thought they had a little bit of a chance right there, but they did not. And again, they fall apart a little bit. Plague Rider trying to pour it out. Not going to happen, though, as Sandwraith chases him down. And that should be the end of that.
Yeah, the buyback, they just, you can tell they weren't thinking about it, they weren't worried about it, or else they wouldn't have gotten so far.
Yeah.
Sandwraith came in on the end, Wretched Hag falling. If they'd pulled back immediately after the Sandwraith kill, would have been putting a lot better spot, in a pretty good spot, yeah.
But look at this too. What's happening?
Right, the buyback now into the Concord, and they don't have a buyback on Wretched Hag. They can't stop this, or Sandwraith's too farmed.
They
very well could have. I mean, they still have a solid golden experience advantage. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. It just doesn't feel comfortable. Not when you're going up against Sandwraith in the turbo late game.
Yeah, it's back-to-back fights now. It really seems like Mind has just simply overstayed their boundaries. It's, you know, they do good initially, and it was well played by both teams. Oh, look at this though. Oh no, he's gonna be spotted. However, Parasite trying to go in there and get spotted by the Rev Fort though. So no steal is going to be happening unless he doesn't have a portal key. But
it's taking him a while to finish it off.
Yeah, it is.
Illusions being scouted out. They're still sitting in the area, but no, you see Rally porting back.
That's not going to happen.
See you later, Conqueror.
And there you go. Token.
That's another buyback available. Well, not level. He needs a little bit more gold, but pretty much another buyback available and token on top of it.
That's what I was saying, though, while we're in that other pause. It's the last thing you want is that token of life on Sandwraith, and with him having that. So now it's a case that if you even somehow manage to kill him, spending all that time, then he will just come right back up.
Yeah.
And you'll have to deal with him again. So it's kind of at a point, and it's hard. You can't really do that against the Sandwraith, though. I mean, you're locking him down and killing his teammates, but...
One that was working out decently for a while there, but just in the mid.
Yeah.
Now with the token, well, yeah, Sandwraith, he's so fast. And generally, I mean, yeah, you can only get so much disable on him, but in the end, now with the token, I mean, the aggression is pretty much going to be relentless.
And that's the other thing, too. Wretched Egg just got that Frost of Skull delivered. So
right?
I don't know if it was actually finished that whole time. He just happened to buy the pattern
I'm not totally sure, but either way, they did overstay their welcome. It's acceptable. You can understand they might have been excited. You know, they have the kill, apply the pressure. Oh, we got this. Oh, no.
Yeah. He did not. Yeah, no, I know he didn't have the Frosted Skull. He just got delivered, but again, I'm questioning. I know he purchased the pattern at least because I saw it pop up.
Yeah, just didn't have it on him in the fight.
He must not have. Either he just didn't deliver it or he didn't have the full recipe to build. I mean, he still might be needed a glowstone or something like that. So, but he has it now at least, so he's got that Frosted Skull. Sandwraith, he's got the token, of course, another 2,700 gold saved up. It'll be fun to see where he goes from here. Obviously, he's the one buyback.
At this point, you almost wonder if they just want to accept the fact that they're going to have to go extremely late against Sandwraith, the fact that he did use one buyback, and avoid this fight. Just next 5 minutes, give Sandwraith that farm. He is going to pretty much be able to max out, but hey, say figure Wretched Hag's going to farm fast too. We're going to get her max out and just hope we out team fight them. That might be a better choice than trying to fight this token Sandwraith. Still, I still think without a supporting cast, looks scarier than he is.
Yeah.
If they find a great initiation opportunity, they should definitely still take it.
Well, we'll find out here if he still is very, very scary or not. Supporting cast not being the best around him, but
one thing they can do is just use this to get all the outer towers.
Yeah. Easy secondary tower. Yeah, that's actually right. The top and the bottom still have
exactly. It's a lot of gold still too.
Make up for themselves. Sandwraith not afraid to play ballsy there, and understandably. Just going to the front lines. And basically saying, do something about it.
They're not actually. Actually, I think we have something in the front. Bubbles.
Okay.
Oh, actually baited out the shrunken head.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah. Now look at it. It's only a 5-second we're shrunken head at that time. So
we talked about Sandrate's buyback.
Uh-huh.
Gotta keep in mind, look at the Wretched Hag.
Yep, she has both of her still. There's another jump from Bubbles. Cupfoot coming as well. Samwraith following the party. Not going to arch just a big Shadow Storm, but a big Bat Blast on top of it. The Plague's basket around in the background. The creeps are dead. Nobody dead just yet on top of Heroes. Rowley's still somehow alive. He's trying to get away. Samwraith chasing, though, the Desert Curse to help finish him off. Meanwhile, Bubbles also gets picked off. Rowley buys back immediately. Wretched Hag being locked in. Oh, a nice time with the Rocket Drill. There's a Storm Spirit trying to help keep him alive. Rowley jumps back in. The Compel lies on him. Beautiful right there. Low Zone will fall. Ophelia running away. There's the Mirage coming out from Sandraith in the meantime. He's kind of caught in an awkward spot, though.
Now they
actually, here we go. Sheepstick coming out. Will they kill him the first time even? He's turning around putting the auto attacks. Yes, they will. Can they kill him the second time here? I gotta think they can, but I thought that before as well. He doesn't have a Jesuit's Curse up. He still has the effect, but he's just too damn slow. The kite is too much. He puts in the auto attacks, but he will fall in the end. Sandraith is dead.
Token burned. That's what I was saying. I didn't think they'd be committing to a tower push. Okay, the baiting out of the Shrunken was nice. At a point there you were like, okay, maybe they can make this happen. In the end, they wound up chasing a lot of rally. Wretched Hag survived, put a lot of damage, and as soon as they kill the supporting cast with that Frost Wolf Skull, with the Sheepsticks, it's very, very easy to keep them locked down.
Yeah, and look at this, the post-haste spot. Wretched Hag and Parasite both go post-haste, and they immediately port towards the top lane. They're going to force at least one, if not multiple buybacks here. You see a vulnerability coming out. Bubbles will be up in 2, but both Lowstone doesn't have it. It would be Ophelia and Sandraith would be the ones buying back. So we'll see if they maybe overstay their welcomes here. Wretched Hag, she is going to be jumped. She can't get the Shrunken out. Okay, there's the Shrunken hand. She's locking out Rhapsody. Storm Spirit coming out. Samwraith has popped back. Oh, there's the Codex to finish off Rhapsody, but the blink away. And they should be fine. You see Samwraith trying to chase, but can't really get the angle. And that'll be that. So definitely working out pretty well. Look at the bottom lane in the meantime. Being pushed in pretty well by Milan. And actually, oh, they're going to look to go back in. Samwraith needs to be careful here.
Yeah, this makes
it.
Sheeped.
There's the Compel, no. There's a Sheepstick, the Seismic Slam, and yes, rookie, he is going to fall in the end. He doesn't not have another buyback. He has no buybacks available. He has the money, but no buybacks. Double tap, and there you go. GG, exactly.
But even at a fully tiered out Sandraith at that point, Breaky would have had a hell of a time actually closing out this game. Trying to push against this Wretched Hag, who would have been fully geared as well, on top of having 2 buybacks. If he died in any single fight at that point, I talked about the rest of the team not having enough to hold him off. It would have just been a buyback into a base push. Yeah, very, very well played. For a second there, I thought the Sandraith was going to be able to do it, but
he almost did. Almost did for 007, that's for sure. But yeah, that last fight, I mean, we criticized Mineland a couple times right there as far as their base pushes, and two times it seems like they
just a little bit of over-aggression.
A little bit of over-aggression, hanging in there just a little bit too long, and then they should have. They cost them a couple lives as far as hero lives and whatnot. But at the end there, kind of a similar story for 007 with Sandraith hanging around as long as he did.
We pointed out the over-aggression, but they were still winning a lot of the initial part of fights, and they were still keeping that golden experience up ahead of the curve. So as scary as Sandraith was getting, I forget what point it was exactly. I remember Sandraith got a token at some point, and they won a fight. They were looking pretty good, and they had neutralized the experience. The goal was a little bit in favor of the Legion side still, but then there was I forget the exact turning point in the game, but I remember they did eventually take control and never really looked back from there.
Yeah, well, do we have that last fight by chance? The one where they were pushing into the Legion base, so again, where Sandraith ultimately died and had to eventually buy back. So we'll have Payman pull that up real quickly, because again, I'm actually really curious to see how that completely unfolded, and again, kind of see once again if Sandraith ultimately didn't hang around a little too long, or if he just simply got caught out. So let's actually take a look at that real quickly here. So again, this was basically the final fight of the game outside of the eventual pickoff. So from the beginning, you see a great Bat Blast right there, the Plague's bouncing around. But at this point, if you're 007, you're still feeling pretty good here.
Rhapsody's in pretty deep.
Yeah. There's a chase on Rally. Samwraith eventually gets him killed. And again, right at this point, it's Bubbles for Rally so far. But Rally buys back, and obviously Bubbles nowhere near his team, so choosing not to buy back. They try to finish off Wretched Hag. Storm Spirit disrupts those plans, though. And then shortly is when it starts getting interesting. So where's Samwraith right now? He's still right there. There's the Mirage. He ports. Where did he port? He ported in. Okay, he ported on the Hag.
Yeah, so we were expecting him maybe to port out, because we were like, oh.
And now he's like, okay, my team's
that was the
back.
over, yeah.
Yeah, his team support really wasn't able to help him after that. And then we eventually see him picked off, of course. So, yeah, from there. And then the end of the story was, of course, when they post-haste, we go to the top lane, and eventually finish it off from there. So, yeah, well played in the end, most certainly, by Mind and they are moving on to the top 8. So they take out 007 2-0 again. 007, a team we at least knew going into this event, but at the Mind and we looked at the players, we're like, okay, these guys are pretty good too. So
well, exactly. We didn't even know they were playing, and then seeing that match, we're like, that is going to be. And it did turn out to be a pretty good series. The matches were some nice back and forth pacing in the end. 007 putting up a fight. So yeah, great game.
Yeah,
in the end.
It's probably a good thing to go 3 games, honestly, because again, we might have to
we have another series
the
coming
next
up here
round
soon.
still. But yeah,
I'll take
at this
2 intense
rate,
games.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Finished off strong right there, so we definitely got a great 2-game series. But in the end, Mind moving on. So again, they're moving on to the top 8. But with that said, the next round is scheduled to start in about 15-20 minutes from now. So we will, of course, be on a little bit of a break right here, but we will have a top 8 match.